Now we'll do an example number 2 on a transformer that a 50 kVA single phase transformer is given to you, and it is having a turns ratio of 4400 slash 220 volts, and primary resistance and the secondary resistance as well as secondary in secondary reactance, primary reactance is given to you. We have to calculate the equivalent resistance and reactance referred to the primary. In the same way, we have to find the resistance and reactance referred to the secondary and the total copper loss. We have seen the formula for this earlier that R1 and X1. We know the formula R1 and X1. R1 is R1, which is the primary resistance, plus R2 dash, which is equals to R1 plus R2, R1 plus R2 multiplied by N1 by N2 whole square. Everything is given here. R1 we know that, R2 we know, N1 we know, N2 we know. We have to start that. And how much it is? We calculate this now. R1 is 3.45 plus of R2 is 0.009 multiplied by N1 by N2. Now remember, since now in this question, this one is N1, this is N2. We'll have N1 by N2. What is that? N1 is your 4400 divided by 220 whole square. The answer is here is 7.05 ohms. In this way, I will be able to find reactance, that is X1. X1 means reactance referred to the primary. If I write X2 here, it will be reactance referred to the secondary side. So I will be writing R1 X1 here, R2 X2 here. Okay, this is for this convenience. Again, X is a capital one, so it will be a equivalent resistance or reactance, whatever. If it is in capital, it means it is referred to the some side, either the primary or the secondary, depending upon this superscript, that is 1 or 2. If it is 1, then it is primary. If it is 2, it means it is secondary. Now we'll find what X1 is. The same formula. Here what we have used, X1 plus X2 N1 by N2 whole square. X1 is given to you, that is 5.2, plus X2 is also given to you, that is 0.015 plus N1 by N2. Again this will come square. The answer is 11.2 ohms. In the same way, I can find R2 and X2 also. Thus formula is the same. Only difference is the formula would be for R2 would be R2 plus R1 multiplied by N2 by N1 whole square, and for the X2 also, the formula would be the same, which is X2 is equals to X2 plus X1 N2 by N1 whole square. We'll get this answer, or we'll get some other answer. So that this is how we'll be able to find equivalent resistance and reactance referred to both the sides, primary as well as secondary. Now we have to find the total copper loss. So one should understand, to find the copper loss, we should be having either the resistance of the primary and the secondary also, and the current of primary and secondary. From both the way I can find the total copper loss. I can find it in this way also. If I write P copper total, I can find in this way I1 square R1 plus I2 square R2. This is one way of finding the total copper loss. Another way of finding is I'll find I1 square into R1, which we have found earlier. I can use this thing as I2 square R2. These are the three formulas by which I can find the total copper loss. This is the normal one which we have used. See, there is a difference between this R1 and this R1 and R2. This is first formula, this is the second formula, this is the third formula. There is a very slight difference between all these formulas, that here I have used, since I am using a primary resistance, so I will be using the tap current, and this will give the primary copper loss, and this will be giving I2 square R2 will be giving me the secondary copper losses. So the total copper losses will be the addition of those. Now, if I want to find the to find the copper loss by primary by equivalent resistance, I will be using I1 because I am referring the primary side. So I will be using I1 square into the total equivalent resistance. It will be giving me the same result. Now, if I want to find the same result by the secondary side, so what I will be doing? I will be using I2 square plus this R2. So I will be getting all the three will give you the same result, but only the difference is that the way you will be finding this. Here, since everything was given, I1, I2 is not given over here. We can find that by using this formula. I1 would be equals to, since it is 50 kVA, 50 into 1000 kVA divided by the N1, that is 4400 volts. I will be getting this as 11.36 ampere. I can also find I2 in the same way. This 50 into 1000 kVA divided by 220. Here I will be getting current as 227 amperes. In this way I can find I1 and I2, and I'll put either here or either here. We'll do it by some method. We'll be using the previous one method only. Then PC is equals to I1 square R1 plus I2 square R2, because everything is known to us now. So the answer is total copper loss is 900 watts. By putting all the things, we know I1, that is 11.36 square, multiplied by R1 is your 3.45, plus of I2 is 227 square, multiplied by your R2, which is 0.009 ohms. I will be getting 900 watt from the first formula. I will be getting the same result from the second and third formula also. So you can do this thing. Well, it's very easy.